Good afternoon. My name is Pharmacist Ruth and I'm here with
Pharmacist Tokwe. Hi everyone, I'm excited to be here with Pharmacist Ruth.
Okay, today is World Malaria Day. So we're doing justice to malaria. So Pharmacist Tokwe, some people treat malaria every month. Whether they have symptoms, whether they don't have symptoms, just like a routine. So do you think that's a good practice? What do you think? What are your thoughts?
Okay, thank you very much, Pharmacist Ruth. I think because malaria is endemic means it's with us. Like, it's very common here. People believe that they should be treating the malaria, month on month, because it is easy for you to come down with malaria. But if actually you do not have any malaria symptom, don't just collect your money at the end of the month and then go and treat malaria. Yes, pharmacists, they may want to make money, but we don't want to make money from you like that. Yes. So you can easily do a rapid test, check, and then you can treat malaria when you come down with those symptoms, instead of you to be treating it month on month like it's
Okay. Like I'm taking routine drugs for pregnancy.
yeah. Like I'm taking routine drugs for pregnancy.
Okay,
yes.
there's some mothers. Maybe they have like 4 kids or 3 kids. When one of them have malaria, they just treat across board.
Yes, so give
They don't
everybody
wait
food.
Yeah, they don't wait till the other people have symptoms to tell you that it's the same house they're staying, so the person will still have. Let me just treat it. So do you think that's also a good practice? Do you think it's not you're not overloading the person, the immune system with drugs?
The truth is that it is really possible that it happens because people in the same house are exposed to the same environment, the same unclean environment that exposes us to mosquito and then malaria. But to now start treating everybody across board may not be helpful to you. So it's important that you get, like we said earlier, get tested for the malaria and then take your medication when the person comes down with the symptoms.
Okay. Okay, then another thing that happens a lot is people take malaria medications and they still come back to take malaria medication like this. They take it today, they have malaria tomorrow, take it today, they have malaria tomorrow. What could be the possible reasons that
And then they say, you go pharmacists on a drug, no they work.
It's not working. We're sitting our money.
Yeah.
What are the reasons? Why does it happen?
Okay, there are a number of reasons why you may have malaria and then come down with it again. The first thing is constant exposure. So you're constantly exposed to that dirty environment. Some people walk at night where there is heavy mosquitoes. So you're constantly exposed to malaria, so you would have malaria again. The second thing we as pharmacists see oftentimes that people don't complete their medication per route.
Once you take it,
once you take first day, second,
and then a bit
and
of
leave, you just drop it. So the malaria is still in your system, you just suppress this more. It's not totally cleared out. Then we have an issue where there are malaria drugs that clear malaria parasites in the blood and those that clear in the liver. So if you clear those ones in the blood and the ones in the liver are not cleared, you may easily come down with malaria. So if you speak to your pharmacist, they can now help you differentiate that, okay, you need to take malaria drugs that will help you clear those both in the liver and in the blood. So there are a number of reasons why, you understand, you can be taking malaria and it would always be coming back.
Some people mix orthodox medicine and native. Yeah, they take it together or they take it immediately after the anti-malaria they've taken. They feel that it helps them clear off the malaria from their system. So I don't know why they do that, but what do you think?
Okay, the first issue pharmacists have is when you mix orthodox and native together. So you've gone to your pharmacist, you got drugs, and then you're now mixing it with the native. You can have interactions, like when two drugs mix together, the reaction that can be harmful, and we don't want to put you in that kind of position. So that's why we say if you're taking your orthodox drug, take your orthodox drug. And the thing about native is that it's supposed to be herbal medicine. Let me use the herbal medicine. It's supposed to be part of our lifestyle. Those herbs are something that you should incorporate in your diet. Those are things you need every day. I usually say that herbal medicine is like coal, setting coal.
You start in your kitchen. Herbal medicine actually should start in your kitchen.
Yes, set coal. You won't want to use it to cook noodles. Do you understand? So, but orthodox medicine provide answers to that emergency that you already come down with the symptom. Then the issue I have with native medicine now is the native medicine is not native
at all.
Because what we now have is that people will tell it's native, but they put chloroquine inside. they put tetracycline and some other funny drugs that they
now make the native now begin to act like the
orthodox.
Someone will take a start, a person will sleep to the next day and like, it's worked, it's worked. Meanwhile,
so that's the challenge we're having with mixing. So if by all means you come down with symptoms, please take the orthodox and try and incorporate herbal medicine, not when you have that emergency of those symptoms that you need something that will act very fast.
Okay. Does too much sun cause malaria? Too much exposure to sun. Yes,
this sun that is up here.
Yes, I've heard that sun causes malaria. Yes. This sun that God gave to us.
Sun does not cause malaria. Malaria is caused when the female Anopheles mosquito,
female, take notes, female.
Yes, female Anopheles mosquito, bites a person and transfers plasmodium into the person's bloodstream. That's when you have malaria.
Okay. One of these days, I went to Onukpa to see a friend, and I noticed that the woman was beating her child without soap. So I asked her, Madam, why are you not using soap to beat your child? And she said that soap will cause malaria. And if you beat a child with soap, it makes the child prone to malaria. And I was shocked. So what do you think about that?
I think that's just a health misinformation that she's handed over from generation to generation. Having your bath with soap will definitely not cause malaria.
Or maybe the soap make your body clean, then sun
will not enter.
Yes, and not give you malaria.
Hey!
It's not possible.
See, that information, this theology of bathing, then sun will enter your skin, then malaria will enter. It's just wrong. I don't have anything to say for Ruth. It's just absolutely wrong.
It's fallacy.
Yes. No, let's just say wrong.
Okay, very wrong. Okay. I've heard that a particular genotype is more prone to malaria than other genotypes. What do you have to say about that?
Okay, I would say that it's the reaction of those people with that certain genotype to malaria. So I'll give you an example now. For people living with sickle cell disease, SS, what people call SS, they are already anemic. So when they come down with malaria that causes anemia, it's a nosedive. It's really dangerous for them to. But if you're constantly exposed to mosquitoes that can cause malaria, definitely you will come down malaria, irrespective of your genotype.
Yeah.
But how your body is going to handle it, is different for somebody maybe that has a genotype that is AA, for someone that has living with sickle cell, it will be absolutely the severity different.
From a carrier.
Yes, it's also even a carrier like AS. It's also different from if a pregnant woman now. A pregnant woman is prone to anemia already. If she comes down with malaria, it's a total different thing. It's a more dangerous thing than for someone who is not pregnant. So
okay. Now, what we practice in Nigeria is once somebody has increase in temperature, what we call fever, we just say it's malaria. Is it malaria?
Not all fever is malaria. But because, like I said earlier, malaria is endemic, it's with us.
It's part of us.
It's with us. We just want to eliminate that chances that it may be malaria. And that is why they now say, okay, if you get to the hospital, you're having this fever, let us remove what we know before we now start looking at what we don't know that may be causing that fever.
Okay, but not all fever is malaria.
Because you hardly see somebody in Nigeria that
does not have malaria.
Yes, that when you check the blood level, there's no level of plasmodium.
But not all fever is malaria.
Yes, not all fever is malaria.
Okay. Then some people feel that when you are treating malaria, you should add antibiotics. Like whenever they want to take anti-malaria,
they will tell
you do not add antibiotics to these treatments.
Just like typhoid and malaria.
Yes.
Let's be going side by side.
Yes, you must treat it together. What do you think?
I think honestly, you can have malaria and not have typhoid. You can have malaria and typhoid, but you may have typhoid and not even have malaria.
Yes.
So it's important. That's why we talked about rapid tests and other tests that can detect they have the level of malaria you have and level of typhoid. This antibiotic misuse is a major issue because we are having resistance. That's why it's like all those antibiotics are not working. and we're not developing new ones. So we really need to preserve the ones that we have and stop misusing antibiotics. Because that resistant strain now, that drug that is not working for you, sometimes it's not going to work for somebody else. Because
Okay, then, so how can we prevent malaria before we go?
So I would say ways that we can prevent malaria is the first thing is that we should keep our environments clean. We need a clean environment. Do you understand? That would avoid stagnant water, such that it removes the breeding site for mosquitoes. The second thing is that the use of mosquito treated nets or also netting your house, because some people will start saying, oh, they cannot sleep under mosquito net because of the heat and all that. So it's important that you also net your house. The third thing is that please, this one, complete your medication. Just try and complete your medication, because oftentimes it's because we are not completing our medication. That is why it seems as if the malaria is coming back.
Do not take 2 doses. When you feel better, you abandon it. Please take your medications till it's finished.
Then lastly, we now have the malaria vaccine, still yet for children. So if you have children, you can get malaria vaccine for them. Currently is for children. They're targeting children 5 to 11 months in some states. So it's important you can farm from your primary healthcare center.
Cautious that malaria can be prevented if we are intentional about it.